With bated breath, relatives and friends from both families, as well as the reporters inside the courtroom, waited as Justice Antoinette Moore delivered a blistering sentence, 18 years in prison, beginning April 21st, 2023. That's the custodial sentence handed down to Kareem Martinez, convicted of the shooting death of 14-year-old Laddie Gillett.
What the judge gave him, I satisfied with. Because at least I'm still in pain. Like, I can't even explain myself right now because I'm still in pain. I will not see my son. They can go and visit Kareem, but I can't go and visit my son because he's gone. And the rest I'm going to leave to God.
Justice Moore said that the crime is extremely grave and the punishment must reflect that, taking into consideration what is set out by the law. It is ironic that Laddie's parents reacted quite differently to the sentencing.
As another human, I think it, from my opinion, my personal feelings, it was a bit harsh. My whole thing here is for him to realize what he did. Like she mentioned, some rehabilitation and different programs that he could join. I wasn't expecting 18. 18 was a bit stiff. She knew why she did that. But for me as a human, a forgiving person, I think 18 was a bit stiff.
I was a bit astonished at the sentencing because due to the mitigation and the factors considering the character Kareem Martinez, I thought that at least a 5-year sentencing would have been appropriate, but 18 years, a bit harsh for me.
It's really, sad that Kareem is the one who has to pay the price for this. I too agree that 18 years is an extremely long time. There's other people who I blame for this situation as well, which I would like to make public. The guy Danger who, called the cops and said, listen, that there's people on the beach that have, firearms or whatever else. I mean, he could have walked over there and seen the kids and this would have never happened. It's unfortunate that, Kareem is the one who pulled the trigger.
As the families of Martinez and Gillett reflect on the outcome of the trial and sentencing, they say that the lives of two youths have been lost.
The judge should have taken that into consideration, knowing that his father is an amputee, he is the breadwinner of the family. Yes, we lose Laddie Gillett, now we're losing another person, so it's like we're losing two persons instead of losing one.
Yes, he's 29. What about 14 years? Right? And this is the whole thing. I mean, if you're sorry for what you did, it didn't even have to reach. He probably would have been spending time already if he had, but you have to find him guilty. That says a lot about him. Yes, I listen to the people come and speak about on his behalf of what type of person. Yes, he is. But if you're that person and you know this person so good, why don't you encourage him or try somewhere to contact? I said this over and over in the media. The family, they have not tried to contact the family. There's no remorse on him nor his family's part. I'm sorry for his family. I mean, it's not easy. It's not a tooth for a tooth. It's not easy to have your family there for 18 years. It's hard on him knowing the situation his dad is in also. But what about the victim? What about 14 years? I mean, he would have been 16 now having a driver's license. There's a lot of things we could have been doing now. And this is the thing that really hurts me when I listen to it.
I'm really sorry for his family. We are forgiving people. Sending him to jail is not going to bring my laddie back. Yes, he has to pay for the crime, but, I really have utmost condolences for his family and, what they're going to be going through for the next, 18 years. And I personally, I've come to forgive, Kareem for taking away our son.
Will the sentencing of Martinez send a message to others who may want to perpetrate similar crimes? While she believes that the crime will not be repeated by the offender, Justice Moore says that the sentence is to discourage any other person from committing a similar act.
This keeps happening over and over and over again with police officers, and that's extremely dangerous. I mean, the police officers are there to protect us, to ensure that we're safe. So I think that that's the message that she's trying to send.
We wouldn't want a rogue police society deleting our youths. We wouldn't want that, but knowing the character of Kareem, and first of all, I should have started by saying my sincere condolences to the family of Laddie Gillett. First of all, I should have done that. But the character Kareem has, and considering all the factors for the court, I believe that is what the magistrate should have, or the judge should have taken into consideration.
I'm not wishing, oh, you get time because you deserve it. I'm not really like that, but my whole thing is I want him to learn and for others to see what could happen. So this gives Belize a lot of hope so that they could know that when things like this happen, including involving police law enforcement officers, that there is hope for them if they just ensue it. But it takes a lot of persistence and we can't give up. We'll hear a lot of things, but we can't give up and we just have to stay there and be there.
Duane Moody for News 5.